Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna do a giveaway today of whatever is in this bag. I hope it's nothing bad. Ooh, it's heavy. We're talking dupes today. Dupe fragrances, clone fragrances, inspired by fragrances, whatever you want to call them. That's what we're doing. Specifically, fragrances that are fantastic for this time of year. Fall or autumn, if you want to be fancy. It's got a certain ring to it, doesn't it? Autumn. Oh, that sounds nice. Fall. It's what the friggin' leaves do. So 10 different ones, all of them are going to be linked in the description, and also the mystery bag. Before we hop into the first fragrance, here are codes that you can use. That was me, what was I doing? Brain controlling you. I was gonna say mesmerizing you. So here they are. You can use these across a multitude of different websites, and by a multitude, I mean whichever ones are listed here. There are a lot of clone/dupe fragrances available at some of these websites, like the Perfume Box, Fragplex, or of course, JOMASHOP. Let's get started. Let's jump straight into it with this one right here. This is El Dorado. Kind of cool. El Dorado Extrait. Oh, forgot that part. Very important. This is from French Avenue. I think we'll need some of these today. I need to get a tester strip sponsor. Any tester strip companies out there want to send me like, I don't know, 10,000 of these? Thanks. El Dorado is a newer release, and to me, this packaging, I mean, it looks really good. Or bottle, I should say, not packaging. Packaging would include the box, which is also pretty good. But anyway, getting sidetracked. It reminds me like vaguely of Electimus for some reason. Like Electimus if it were shorter and squatter and not at all actually the same. I don't know, you guys let me know, but it does look really good. Very heavy as well. You can see the glass quite thick there. This one is not a one-to-one dupe, but is similar in fashion and style to Ganymede. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, Ganymede, that's not really a super duper fall fragrance, but for me, it's spring and fall. You can wear it either one. And while it's not a one-to-one of Ganymede, like I said, it's kind of in that style. It's got maybe a tinge more sweetness off the top, but it doesn't go as overloaded with the sweetness as something like Massa from Lattafa does. And between the two, Massa and this one, I prefer El Dorado. So that minerality that you get coming across in Ganymede, you get that here right off the top. As soon as you spray this on, you're gonna pick that up. Pretty nice push to it, nice longevity as well, which you'd expect because it does have Extrait on the front of the bottle. If you're gonna put that on there, all I'm saying, better have at least decent performance. And you get kind of a fuzzy woodiness in here as it dries down as well, which goes along with that minerality off the top. Which one next? Let's go with this one. North Stag 2 de. This one is from Paris Corner, but it's their North Stag line, which actually has a lot of really high quality fragrances. And look at that right there. It says Extrait de Parfum on the bottom there. Extrait de Parfum twice in a row. Can't believe it. I've actually got the box for this one sitting right over here because I've been meaning to do a review of this for a long time, and I leave the box like right over next to my shelf here to remind me, and I still haven't done it. Will I ever? I don't know. Probably not. But look at the box. It is a box. That's pretty nice. But that's not all. It does this thing and this thing. This thing. Okay, enough of that. So this right here is a clone of Parfums de Marly, LAYTON. And it's a very, very good one. Very, very good. Great quality right off the top. It has that sweetness, that warm spiciness that you would expect from a LAYTON fragrance. Really good performance, probably not a surprise. Of course, like I said, it says Extrait on the bottle. So good longevity, really nice projection. And this one is pretty easily one of the upper echelon LAYTON alternatives out there. Of course, there are cheaper ones. You could go Detour Noir, something like that. But if you want to spend a little bit more, you can get something like this. Okay, where do we go next? Let's go L'Amissat Oud from Bourrouge. Nice pressurized atomizer. Check that out. I know it's like you can barely see it from the camera. Check this out. You just have to trust me, it works pretty well. See, I have just seasoned the room in here. It's got a je ne sais quoi. I can't put my finger on it. Pretty soon this room is gonna be just chemical warfare. Somebody's gonna open that door, come in here and just be like,
Sorry, did I spray 10 overpowered fragrances in here 5 times each? times.
So Limassol Oud, this is gonna get you in that oud wood mode, that carved oud mode. So Tom Ford, the mean, you know, it's in that wheelhouse. As of this video, it's like 95 bucks on FragranceNet, something like that, 94, which is really high for a dupe fragrance, but on the perfume box, it's like 50. So this is one where you definitely want to make sure you don't overpay, because you're not gonna feel so happy when you pay 2 times as much as you could have found it somewhere else. Shameless self-promotion, the perfume box has a code that is a Gents code.
What? What are you talking about? You mean I can save even more? What?
So yeah, this is, like I said, oud wood, carved oud. Actually, to me, maybe a little bit closer to carved oud between the two. Really wonderful wearing fragrance. It's extremely easy to pull off in fall and winter time. Nice little hint of sweetness in there. It doesn't go funky or anything. Good performance once again, like you would expect. Does it say straight off eau de parfum? Absolutely killer though, and this line, you should look up in general. Frankly, they need to come out with some new ones, in my opinion. You know, go ahead and flesh this out. Give us a little more barouge. I'm gonna keep saying it that way until the end of time. Let's go with this one next. This one is from Fragrance World, and it's Varrock Gold. Pretty interesting presentation, kind of slick looking. You've got this on the front, very shiny, and then you have the name on the back right there. Very shiny. That makes a good presentation, because you see it and you just go, oh, nice. Ooh, colors. Shiny. And even though I'm kind of poking fun at it, it does actually look pretty nice, and it is very heavy. Like, it does not feel cheap in the hand whatsoever. And this one is a clone of one of those exclusive fragrances. It is Paco Rabanne 1 million Golden Oud. And even though 1 million Golden Oud you can still find on Rabanne's website and fragrance discounters, it's gonna run more than this, because even at discounters, that one right now, as of this video, is around 120 or so, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but around there. And this is extremely well done. This is one of those clone fragrances that smells extremely similar to the fragrance that it's a dupe of or inspired by. That sounds way nicer from their point of view anyway. Oh, we were just inspired by them. Took a look at your bank account. I am inspired, brother. Yeah. So you have oud in here, you have leather, you've got labdanum, you have a little bit of iris. Ultimately, it is one of those quite sweet oud fragrances. Sweet, deep, slightly dark and woodsy. Great quality on this one, absolutely fantastic. You can smell it right off the rip. It smells good, lasts a long time, projects well also. Let's talk about this one next. 9 p.m. Everybody knows this one. This is from Afnan. This is a clone of Ultramol, which is such a weird thing to me. Not that this is a clone of Ultramol, that's not weird, but Ultramol was so hyped for a while there, right? It's like everybody loved it. And then kind of like this came out and everybody stopped talking about the original and everybody talked about 9 p.m. And still to this day, at least online, it feels like this is more popular than the original. I don't know. Maybe that's just like how I view it, but that's kind of how it looks like to me sometimes. Really heavy cap here, almost like a steel marble or something. And this one you can find pretty much everywhere. This is one of those clones or dupes that's like ubiquitous with discounters. Kind of like Club de Nuit Intense Man, you can always find that, like literally always. It may occasionally be sold out at one spot, but if you look at another, it's gonna be there. That's what this is. It's got vanilla, tonka, apple, cinnamon, big time performance, big compliment puller, great for an evening out when it's chilly outside if you don't want to go like overboard with a really warm, syrupy, sweet fragrance. You still want some freshness to it, but you want it to have that heft and that push. This is a perfect choice. Really nice, versatile fragrance for fall and winter time. Thought I had a chip on my bottle there. I don't. So 9 p.m., gotta mention that one. And like I said, pretty much all of you out there probably know that already. Our Moth up next with Tag Him Rosso, or is it Rosso Uomo? Uomo Rosso. Uomo Rosso. It looks nicer than the original Tag Him. They've upgraded the presentation a little bit with this big tag on the front, our Moth on the back, and they have a nicer little dilly-dally right here that makes it look like it's holding the cap in place, but it's not. It's just kind of, you know, for looks, for aesthetics. The original Tag Home has one of the worst magnetic caps of all time. Truly one of the most awful that you will ever see anywhere. This one is slightly better, but still not good. Truly, the original Tag Home is just an abomination of a magnetic cap. Like, it doesn't even work. It's basically just a piece of plastic that you sit over top of the atomizer and just hope it stays there to keep dust off. It doesn't really do its job much. But this one, you could see it kind of pulls the cap down. You can't pick it up by the cap, but at least it is a little better. Now this fragrance, oh, just blasted my hand. I'm wearing it now. This is a clone, an alternative of Invictus Victory Elixir. And it really does smell great, especially for the price point. It's a fragrance that, for me, has smelled better as time has gone on. One of those maceration things that happens from time to time with cologne fragrances. Where when I first got it in, it wasn't bad, but as weeks go by, it smells a little bit better, a little bit richer overall, more filled in, you could say. But that Invictus Victory Elixir vanilla, that sparkling, vanilla sweetness, that carbonated almost vibe when you first spray it on, this has that. Really, 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 really good. And if prices on this stay low, it's a steal. I think as of this video, it's like 20 bucks, 23 bucks on JOMASHOP, something like that. Dirt cheap. The next one is not exactly the same as these others. It has a squeaky cap. Oh, there it is. But not exactly the same as these others because, you know, it's not an Afnan, it's not an Armaf, it's not a Haramain, it's not a Latafa, it's a Maluma. Technically royalty by Maluma, and this one, catch. Royalty by Maluma, and this one is Onyx. It's cheap at full retail, it's cheaper at discounters. I've seen this online for like 40 bucks. I think even less on eBay, but eBay's the whole thing right now, but I have seen it less on there. Atomizer kind of sucks. This is very similar to 1 Million Privé from Paco Rabanne, which is discontinued. And that actually really sucks because 1 Million Privé was my favorite 1 Million fragrance. And it's not fun. It's not great because I actually really love that one. That one's awesome. Just a really wonderful tobacco fragrance that no longer exists unless you want to pay a lot of money. So it has cinnamon and plum, cardamom, and vanilla as some of the notes. And there are clones of 1 Million Privé out there. Pandora Scents has one. Milano Privé is what that's called. And Pandora Scents is Paris Corner. And that one's cheaper than this one. So if you wanted to go for just like the cheapest, you could get that one. But I think that between the two, this one overall is nicer smelling. It just smells a little bit higher quality, a little smoother. It has that deep sweetness that 1 Million Privé has or had with that spiciness over top. So I'd go for this one. But like I said, if you want to spend a little less money, you can get that one, Milano Privé. And it's pretty good too. Let's go with Azure Oud up next by French Avenue. Same presentation style as Liquid Brune, but a completely different fragrance. This one's a clone of Oud Maracuja from Maison Crivelli. And that's a pretty pricey fragrance. That one can run up to like 340 bucks. So it ain't cheap. And it's an interesting scent profile because it's very fruity sweet off the top. There's passion fruit in there, gives it kind of a tropical vibe initially. But then there are also supporting floral aspects and then that oud underneath as well, along with leather, additional resins, patchouli, like a lot going on. So it's this mix of like sweet, slightly tropical, fresh, and then a bit earthy and dark woody underneath with hints of rose kind of weaving throughout. There's a lot going on. Quality, once again, really good with this one. Performance, very large, just like the fragrance that it's a dupe of. And if you're looking for an alternative to that fragrance, to the Maison Crivelli, it's gonna be your best bet. Let's go with Tobacco Touch from Maison Alhambra. This is a dupe of Tobacco Vanille. I know it's very difficult to determine that from the presentation and name and everything. could just guess a million times and not get it right because it's just so different looking. This one has that sweetness like you would expect from a tobacco vanille alternative, maybe even a little more sweetness. And the way that sweetness hits is almost like a syrupy kind of fruit, still really appealing, but syrupy kind of fruity off the top with spices working in alongside those. And then that tobacco leaf popping through the longer it stays on your skin. Another one with big time performance, not very expensive. I think usually you can find this 30 bucks, sometimes less. And really, Maison Alhambra, they got a lot of really nice private blend clones, dupes. Some of them have changed presentation styles and names. As of this video, you can still find Tobacco Touch as it sits right here online, but I know that their Bitter Peach alternative changed names and changed presentation styles as well. I think it's Coral Blush now. Yeah, Coral Blush. So what used to be Bright Peach is now Coral Blush. Like I said, different presentation style, but you can still find this one as it is right here. Before we do the last fragrance, let's do the giveaway. And actually it's a twofer, but it's a fragrance. Surprise! It's Spectre Ghost from Fragrance World and also Spectre Wraith. These ones are mine, you're not getting these. So the other day I was actually shooting a review for my TikTok, and it was on this fragrance. And I was looking around and I saw that the prices had crept up on it. Some places were asking like $50+, and I was like, that's lame. Because it's in demand, people want it because it's a really good alternative to Nishane's Ani, and that's driven the price up. And the places where the price isn't driven up, it's sold out, so do the math. And so I went ahead and got one, and I got this one as well, because I like these a little bit more than the original Spectre. I think Ghost and Wraith are better than just straight up Spectre. And this one here is Black Phantom. So Ani, Black Phantom, Ani, Black Phantom. But yeah, I bought 2 of these. So they're still wrapped up, still sealed, all that. And I'm gonna give them away to one of you. That way you don't have to get ripped off and pay $50. And then this is like, just gravy, I guess. Both of these are really well done. And like I said, just kind of caught my eye and I did it on a whim, so here we go. If you want to be entered in the giveaway, you just have to like the video, be subscribed to the channel, leave me a comment. If you don't leave a comment, then I can't put it into the random comment picker. You can't get picked. So you gotta leave a comment. Just tell me what your favorite dupe is. It doesn't have to be any of these. I do not care. It's just whatever your favorite is. If you don't have a favorite, that's fine. You can just say you don't have a favorite. If you don't even own one, that's fine. You can say you don't own one. And in a couple weeks, I'll pick a winner, a random comment picker, throw it up on the community tab. If you're the winner, hit me up and I will ship out those fragrances to you. Like I said, it's not these. They're gonna be fully wrapped up. I actually have them upstairs. I just didn't bring them down here. Probably would have been good because then I could have shown you, but I'm not gonna go get it now. All right, last fragrance, guys. Royal Blend from French Avenue. This is one of the newer Angel Share alternatives, and there are a number of Angel Share alternatives, aren't there? But this one is easily one of the best. It has that same sweetness, that booziness that Angel Share has that little bit of woodiness underneath everything. I would say when you put this up side by side with Angel Share, this is a touch more on the sweet side. But the quality here, top notch. Presentation looks really nice. Heavy in the hand once again. Nice design all the way around. If that had dropped about the same time frame as Kamra and some of the others, Kismet Angel that came out a little while back, if this had came out at that time frame, people would have lost their minds. So it's one of those deals now where it's coming out later, so that it factor isn't quite there anymore as far as Angel Share alternatives go, but you can put that up against any of them on the market and it's as good or better. I would say, you know, if you've got like 5 Angel Share alternatives already or something, I don't think you need another. But if you don't have any, then it's one that I would definitely consider because it's easily one of the best smelling. So there we go. There are 10 fragrances, different dupes that will do it for you during the fall and during the winter. And a couple of these gonna go out to one of you out there. These will also do it during the winter. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.